Welcome to the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. I'm Lauren Hill, joined with Ken Oda and Evan Epstein, and we are getting you ready for Game 2 in Mason City against the North Iowa Bulls. So obviously last night we had a great game for the Toros. We beat the North Iowa Bulls 6-2 in Mason City. Evan, this is your first time broadcasting a game from North Iowa's barn. How was it?
It's a beautiful building. I mean, it doesn't have the same type of atmosphere that we get at the Mesa Arena or even that they got in Watertown last week. But the Bulls did strike first. That got some of the fans into it. And then really was all Toros from there on. Definitely a fun night. Excited for game number 2.
Yeah, well, speaking about that, let's take a look at the recap of last night's 6-2 win over the North Iowa Bulls.
North Iowa, that, as just mentioned, they struck first. Cole Weirin up on the right side, dropped a pass back for Jack Severson, who took it over Lucas Vadine as the Bulls drew first blood. Jack Ohanneson had the response on the power play for the Toros. Ohanneson was given space on the left wing, and he took full advantage. The goal would give Ohanneson the record for all-time points as a Toro. The Toros would strike yet again in the first. The initial shot came in from Braden Jockums. Rebound went to Noah Gibbs, and then another rebound went to Braden Jockums, who ended up finishing it off to give the Toros a 2-1 lead. The Toros would make it 3-1 as Adam Mahler took a long shot through traffic. It barely squeezed through the pads of Osgun, but Jockums was there to tap it in pretty much on the goal line. And the Toros were up 3-1. Late in the second period, the Bulls wasted no time at all on the power play. Cal Schur shot it from the right side, and Deemer tipped it in to cut the Toros' lead to 3-2. Then Jack Ohanneson coming down the ice looking for his second goal of the night. It would turn out to be an assist as the rebounds went right to Jesse Ahala, who was able to put it away. Toros then leading 4-2, and Gavin Middendorf had one of the most absurd goals we have seen all year. From an impossible angle, he rifled it and the puck lodged in the back of the net. Middendorf would then add on the empty netter for a 2-goal night as the Toros went on to win 6-2. With that win, the Toros set a franchise record 10-game winning streak. It was a relatively clean game. Both sides committed just 2 penalties, and both teams were 1 for 2 on the power play. With the Bobcats losing to Aberdeen last night, the Toros are now just 3 points back of first place.
All right, thank you, Evan. Now let's take our attention back to tonight's game in Mason City with a look at the updated Noodles numbers brought to you by Noodles and Company of Minot. So with last night's win, our Minotauros are 39-1 as we are second in the Central Division, as North Iowa is 14-19-5 as they stay at 6th in the Central Division.
Yeah, you look at the goals per game, goals against per game, both favor the Toros heavily. Toros outscoring opponents by just over 2 goals a game. And actually on this win streak, it's jumped to 3 goals a game. The Toros are plus 30 over the last 10 games. Power play numbers, Toros have dipped under 25% and fallen to 2nd in the league. Still not really anything to be concerned about. Penalty kill, still 4th in the league. Really, there's not really a nit you can pick with this Toros team right now.
Giving up 3.5 goals per game. That's where the Toros have been able to take advantage, just keeping pressure on Osgood, who had a mediocre performance last night, letting up 5 goals, and then, of course, the empty netter to make it 6-2. And the Toros have been able to take advantage of these teams that are allowing well over 3 goals per game in North Iowa and Watertown.
All right, we'll be back with more of the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show after a quick word from our partners. Hi, I'm Lauren Hill.
And I'm Evan Epstein.
And we host Toros All Access every Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Central.
We cover everything you need to know about the Minotauros, previewing upcoming series, interviewing players and coaches, and breaking down game footage.
You can watch on Facebook or YouTube to keep up with the Minotauros.
Hi Tank, do you want to open an account today? Okay, here's your official Minotauros debit card.
Welcome back. It's time to look at our Minotauros Booster Club players to watch. I'm going to kick it off with my choice tonight. No surprise here. Gavin Middendorf. I chose him last night. I kind of talked about this yesterday. We didn't pick him for one specific game, and he ended up not scoring. And the proof is in the pudding from last night. He was picked again. He's had 4 shots on goal, 2 goals that were able to get in. I think it's our duty now on this pregame show that someone has to pick him. So I'm doing that for the cause tonight. Gavin Middendorf is my player to watch.
I'm going with Adam Mahler. He's on a 9-game streak without scoring a goal. That's his longest streak of the season. It's nearly double his longest goalless streak of 5 games. Assists over the last 9 games, though, so it's not like he hasn't been producing offensively. His last goal came in the first game of the 10-game win streak. That was against North Iowa, and he has 4 career goals against the Bulls over 3 seasons. So I'm expecting to see him break that streak tonight.
I'm going to go with Noah Gibbs here. Gibbs has had everything back of the net with the Toros. He picked up 2 assists yesterday and had 3 shots, contributing to a very solid performance amongst his line with Braden Jockums and Chuck Owens. Make no mistake, Gibbs is a goal scorer. He just hasn't done it yet with the Toros. I think it's going to be any game now.
Not gonna lie, I was planning to have Noah Gibbs be my pick, but Evan claimed him during last night's broadcast, so I knew I had to lay off.
We might have a new repeat by then. There you go. All right, well, that'll bring us to our Mason City.
Sure. Late. It's either completely blow opponents out right from the hop or slow starts. The Toros need to clean up their slow starts. Not every win needs to be a blowout, but against the better teams, it's going to be a lot harder for the Toros to play from behind. And we've got Bismarck next weekend, so that stretch of better teams is coming up soon.
Ken, and you look at North Iowa and Watertown, who, including tonight's game, the Toros will have played 6 straight games against them. They both allow over 3.5 goals per game. And when that happens, it gives you a little bit of breathing room because you know you can get the offense against these teams. Like you said, against Bismarck next week, you can't afford to come out slow and give 1 or 2 off the hop.
My second home key group key to the game is maybe this is heaven. Toros are 7-0 in North Iowa since the start of last season. 12-3-0 all time in this building. But really, it was heaven. There wouldn't be dust on everything. Not a lot of fans in the seats. And my third home key group key to the game is a little gasoline, blowtorch, no problem. Once the Toros start heating up, they tend to blow games wide open. We've seen them over this win streak going into third periods, pull away from opponents. League best goal differential overall on the season. And part of that has to do with being plus 30 on the win streak.
All right, we'll be back with more of the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show after this commercial break.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
Minotauros fans, it's time to take out your phones and pull up the Toros mobile app for your chance to win prizes throughout tonight's game, starting with our Four Bears Sportsbook over-unders. Our first one is total Toros first period goals over-under 0.5.
Take the over here. We talked about the Toros starting slow last night, and they still had 2 goals in the first period to take a lead into the first intermission. Even after the slow starts, they've been able to right the course before going to that first break, and I think the Toros will draw first blood in the first tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to go over as well. I think if there was one thing to complain about from this 10-game win streak, it has been starts. I think that's something the coaching staff is going to talk to the guys about before tonight's game. So I expect them to come out on fire and aggressive and pop one in the first.
Yeah, I agree. Just with what Ken brought up with past interviews that we've done over the past couple weeks with head coach Cody Campbell and assistant coach Tyler Ebner, they've talked about this kind of being an issue of not being able to come out as the first team to score, and or just having slower starts. So I definitely think that that'll be a change tonight, as well as the fact that like they have a little fire under their tail with the 10-game winning streak. Jack just hit breaking that record, and just so many things that I think our team is going to come out tonight and be an issue on the ice. So our second one is total Taros defenseman goals over under 0.5.
Well, I made Adam Mahler my player to watch, so it'd be pretty weird if I took the under on this one. So I think just for that reason alone, I'm going over.
Yeah, I can't disagree with my boss here, so I have to go over on this player to watch, as well as the fact that we didn't see any defenseman goals last night, and that's kind of irregular for us. So especially in a game where we scored more than 5 goals, that I definitely think a defenseman goal is in the cards tonight.
Here, but looking at where the offense came from last night, it came from close range, and there were a lot of rebound opportunities. The forwards are going to tend to pick up those rebound goals, and if the Toros play a similar style tonight as they did last night, I think they will. I think the forwards are going to dominate once again.
So you're going under for that one?
I'm going under, yes.
Okay, just to confirm. All right, and our last one is total Taros shorthanded goals over under 0.5. I'm gonna go over on this one. I know we don't tend to see a whole lot of shorthanded goals, but Evan, yesterday, your player to watch, you picked our king of shorthanded goals, Ian Spencer, and he didn't end up getting one last night, but I can see that being something different tonight. I'm going to be optimistic and say that that's an over.
Here, last night was a very clean game between both sides, each side committing just 2 penalties. And I think it looks like that's going to continue into tonight. If both sides stay out of the box, well, shorthanded goals are going to be even more difficult to come by. So I don't think the Toros are going to have one tonight.
North Iowa's allowed 7 shorthanded goals against so far this season, and they haven't even hit 40 games yet. So I'm going to take the over. I think that's about 1 every 5 games for them. This is the 6th time we're playing them, so I think tonight would be the night to see one. That'll bring us to our McDonald's Toros trivia question. Who is the Toros all-time leader with 71 points in a single season? Was it Chase LaPinta, Jack O'Hannison, Miroslav Muha, or Hunter Longy? Any guesses?
I do believe we both know the answer to this question, so I'm going to take a step back so that people will be able to guess without us intruding on their response there.
All right, then. Well, then, fans, you get your guesses locked in. See if you know it as well. You can win a free lunch from our friends at Dakota Drive McDonald's.
All right, and with that, Evan, Ken, do you have any final thoughts on Game 2 in Mason City against the North Iowa Bulls tonight?
I think we touched on it all pregame show. This is going to be about starting hot, and you need a set of trends when you have Bismarck next week. One in Minot and then one in Bismarck, as they tend to play home and home on Friday and Saturday. So just getting those hot starts so that moving forward, when you play Bismarck and Austin, you can't afford those slow starts in the same way.
Yeah, I think tonight's about developing good habits. It's also about getting 2 points, right? You've pulled within 3 points of the Bismarck Bobcats. I think if you had told us in November when the Bobcats were still undefeated at 20-something games played that the Toros could pass them on Valentine's Day, or at least catch them Valentine's Day weekend, everyone would have thought you were crazy. So, don't give away 2 points tonight and undo some of that good progress you've done. And then, like we said, develop good habits so that when you do face Bismarck next weekend, you are ready to go from the drop.
Yeah, an even better reason for the people listening to come to the game on February 14th, because it is going to matter. Yeah, so if you don't have your tickets, you don't have plans on Valentine's Day, please come join us at Mesa Arena. But that'll do it for the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. We'll send you out for one more break, and then Ken and Evan will be back to drop the puck right here on the Minotauros Network.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry Blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry Blue. Carry on.
Nicotine can harm brain development, which continues to about age 25. Know the risks. Visit ecigarettes.surgeongeneral.gov to learn more. This message is brought to you by the 1st District Health Unit and the Minot Minotauros.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code HOCKEY100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
And the horn sounds. Toros, our Central Division champions. Drives in. Ian Spencer. Hands off far side, shrugged away by Lucas Sweat. He shot, it's in. Toros win. Shot, it's in. Toros win. John Evans is second of the night. Is there a better place to play junior hockey than Minot, North Dakota?
Welcome into the Mason City Arena here in Mason City, Iowa, as you might expect. As always, I'm Ken Oda. Evan Epstein is alongside. We're getting you ready for Toros and North Iowa Bulls. Toros look to turn it to 11 and stretch the win streak on, setting up a showdown with the first place Bobcats next weekend. But first, 60 minutes of business to take care of here in North Iowa. Evan, Toros got off to a slow start last night, hoping for a better start off the hop tonight.
Yeah, we talked about it all pregame show, right? Those first 10 minutes have been a problem, not only last night, but in those 4 games against the Watertown Shamrocks, save for that first blowout win. So early on, it's going to be interesting to see if the Toros can turn it around over the first few minutes. Early shot there from Suzuki as it goes out to the corner. Comes back behind the goal of Mizenko, who is in for Svedin.
Bulls control up top. Johnson with a long shot that's blocked by Johannesson. Carries to the far side. Weirin turning along the far wall. One-timer. Severson got spun around. Nifty stick work by Jack Johannesson. Dumped in. Mizenko can't stop it. It rings through the Toro bench. Dangerously close to too many men as that puck slid right through their change. From their own zone, it's ahead for Osborne and the Bulls. And it goes for icing. I could have swore Osborne touched that right in front of us.
Yeah, that was between the center line and the blue line for the Toros. But, well, nonetheless, icing brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. As
take a look at our SRT starting lines.
And out there for the Toros, it's Billy Batten, Jesse Ahala, Jack Johannesson, Kevin Perot, and Adam Mahler, Will Mizenko in net. And those 2 lines for the Toros have been starting pretty much every game at this point.
Yeah, Cody Campbell, superstitious, doesn't change the starters unless he absolutely has to after a win, and that has meant this group has started the last 10 in a row. Shot from Middendorf doesn't go. Now the Bulls look to counter 3-on-3 as they hit the blue line. Anthony McIntosh gets stood up by Jordan Gibbs, and the puck hacked to the far wall. It's handed off Middendorf. Middendorf with speed ahead. Gains the line, tries a shot, save made. Follow-up try, blocked in behind the net. Same lineup as last night for the Toros with the exception of the change in goal. Deemer dumps this into the Toro end. Gives Ty James a chop in the back, but that doesn't keep him from getting the puck, and the Toros will work up ice. John Small playing his 100th career game, all with the Toros. Couldn't find that. Ty James does. He dumps it in. Back to the near side. Dietz out to neutral, right onto the tape of Clark. Clark dumps it in. The Toros will chase. Dietz gets there first and holds behind the cage. Tries the near side. Manlove banks it out to neutral. And it's poked into the Toro zone. It'll go for another icing.
Icing brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. And Will Mazenko has not played in over a month. January 3rd against the North Iowa Bulls back at Mesa Arena was his last game on the ice. Toros ended up dropping that game 3-2 as Mazenko made 27 saves, allowed 3 goals, including one to Fuji Suzuki, which came pretty much at the horn.
I think
North
9/10
Iowa,
of a second left in that one.
about as close to a buzzer beater as you get.
Off the draw, Noah Gibbs plays it to the far wall. No one there for the Toros, so the Bulls will start their way out. Manlove on the near side, lost it to Adam Mahler. Mahler playing his 150th NAHL game, and like Small, all 150 with the Toros. This is Mazenko leaving it behind. Perot gives to Mahler. Mahler up for Noah Gibbs. He gains the red line and dumps it into the near side corner. Back on it is Johnson for the Bulls. He circles behind his net and starts up the middle of the ice, hands off far side, then a dump right into the chest of Adam Mahler. Mahler's pass to Perot was broken up, and now far side, Toros are going to have to fight for it back. They at least jam it out to neutral. Newman trying to work north, but it's taken away. Higley on the near side. Far side, Hodis. Hodis will just weakly play it behind the net. Comes back out for him. Good stick by Ramirez, pokes it free. Ramirez carries over the red and the blue. Looks to dance in, but he can't get through Cash Crawford. The puck moved to the near side, and Johnson. Johnson uses the glass to bank that out. It gets through Gibbs and doesn't go for icing. I thought that went off Gibbs' arm, but the Toros get another benefit of the doubt call.
And icing, as always, brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. As we take a look at the goalie for the North Iowa Bulls tonight, Jack Hirschhorn making the start. Hirschhorn and Osgood have been alternating as of late. Hirschhorn played pretty much that full series against the Toros in early January, and he was excellent in that series. 29 saves, 1 goal allowed on that Friday game. On Saturday, 49 saves, 4 goals allowed, but he was under siege that night.
Bulls control the draw in their own zone, and then they bank this one out. This will go for another icing. No, it won't. They wave it off the last second. So the Toros will have to play. This is Jordan Gibbs. Pressured, throws ahead. He missed Billy Batten, and they'll wave off this icing. Bulls control in their own zone. Toros swarm to take it away. It's McIntosh behind the North Iowa net. Comes to the near side. Weirin touches that into the zone to negate the icing. Mazenko out of his net will stop this. Fires to the far side. And it gets to Batten. Batten controls and looks to find some space. Hands off on the near side. Yohala. Yohala into the zone. Hits the brakes. Looks for help. Taken down by McIntosh. O'Hannison chipped it deep. Peels off to change. Yohala stays on to pressure. It's played back to McIntosh. He looks up ice quickly. And now Severson tries to hand to Weirin, but it's off the mark. Severson finds it back, gives to McIntosh. Long shot, save made. Rebound in front, another save. This one on Suzuki by Mazenko. Spencer calms it down, plays ahead. It hit John Small in the skate. It'll go for another icing. As we have another look at the flurry of saves by Mazenko. Get to some of the social media check-ins. Rhonda Kemet, Kim Bartel, Lucas Emstead, Hyatt's Richies, Clint, and Colin checking in from Fort Hyatt. Sally B and the Chicago crew. The Okesons are in Minot watching on NAHL TV. Tanya Shaw-Canarot from Richardson. And Debbie Biggs, I believe. I've heard rumors they're coming. The Biggses will make their way to Minot in the not-too-distant future. This is Dietz playing down the wall, taken away by Small. He shovels it to the far side. Never got through to Spencer. Far side, Bulls go to work. Pass off the mark, but it ends up on the stick of Dietz, who fires a weak one towards the net. That's deflected up and out of play.
Bulls have controlled the puck over the past couple of minutes. 2 good looks now on Will Mazenko. And the Toros it hasn't been as sluggish as last night. It's just been on this possession that the Bulls have had the opportunities, but still not what you're looking for to start the game if you're Cody Campbell.
It is not. Toro's getting outshot 4-2 here early. Perot plays around to the far side and finds Ian Spencer. Spencer hoists one ahead, glove down to the ice by Small. Mindorf fell down, but it kept him on side, and now the feed into him. Backhand try doesn't go. If Mindorf stays on his skates, he's probably in by 2 steps, but falling down actually created the offensive opportunity. Now it's in front for Small. A good stick pokes that away. Osborne starts the Bulls ahead. Gives to Malentino. Malentino softly into the middle. It was a return feed for Osborne. It didn't connect. Small with this. Rings to the far side. Perot looks to chase it down on the hash marks and does. Gives to the middle of Mindorf. Mindorf ahead for John Small. Small from the red line dumps it across corner as the Toros look to change. Noah Gibbs came on for Ian Spencer. Couldn't get to that puck. It's ahead to the near side. Weirin poked away by Tui. And now gathered up. Chuck Owens flips it deep. Owens, a bit overlooked last night, had 2 assists for the Toros. Looking for one here. He's got Jochums going to the front. The pass off the mark, however. And the Bulls, Weirin looks to turn them towards the Toros end of the ice. Good play on the rush. Backdoor feed, and it was botched by Evan Johnson, who had joined the rush. Johnson with it now. Long shot. Shrugged off by Mizanko. Far side, Gibbs pokes ahead. That's Noah Gibbs. Gives to Jordan Gibbs, whose dump in is picked up by the Bulls. Near side, Johnson for Weirin on the Toro blue line. He walks in, wires, blocker save, and now the whistle goes as the Toro net is a mile off the goal line.
Well, both sides should have had a goal just there. On the Toros end, Chuck Owens passing in front for Braden Jochums. If that pass was on the stick of Jochums, Jochums had space to go above Hirschhorn. And then we're going to take a look at the replay on the other side. Evan Johnson has it point blank, and he would have had space just to the right of Will Mazenko's pad, but he couldn't handle the pass.
Hodis will be tossed from the draw, which means Coughlin will step in against Edwards. Coughlin wins it back. Toro's pressuring and eventually poked down the wall. Coughlin lost the race to Tui. Tui speeds to the far side looking for help. Finds Edwards in the middle of the ice. Edwards carries out to neutral, banks it along the wall. It gets through a man. That'll allow Newman to find it. Puts it in front. He wanted Ramirez. That was off the mark. Ty James following up. He chips it down in the corner where Ramirez wins a battle. Hands off to Parker Newman. Newman trying to make an exchange with Ramirez, but it's broken up. Newman steps into Hodis. Hodis shovels it behind the net. McIntosh lost the handle. It rolls to the far side. Parker Newman finds it. Newman, his feed. Too hot to handle for Edwards. It rolls in behind the net. The Bulls take over there. It's Hodis. Hodis gets help from Mizwawi, who finds Coughlin in neutral. Coughlin gains the line. Delays and hands off to Higley. Higley's shot goes up and over. Rebound carries to the front of the Toro bench. Picked up there by Batten. Batten feeds Yohala into the zone. Yohala's shot partially blocked. It'll carry him to the near side wall. And then get flipped out to neutral for Adam Mahler. Mahler holding at the red line, waits for his mates to get onside. Yohala will just dump that in. And then Deemer takes a late run at Yohala. And tight for Ohannesson. His shot stopped. A little dig on the near wall. Puck thrown to the near side. Dietz up the wall. Mahler keeps it at the point. Hands to Yohala. Yohala gives to Batten. Batten has to kick to the stick, allowing Eli Miller to take it away on the back check. Miller retreating behind his net. Dogged by Ohannesson. He'll play to the near side of Manlove. Manlove gains the red and the blue. Plays it to the middle for Miller, whose backhand try is ushered wide by Perot. Miller down the wall. It's taken away by Yohala. He finds Ohannesson. Ohannesson gains the red line and he'll just softly chip it to the far side corner. Yohala stays under pressure while the rest of the Toros peel off. Eli Miller from the far side of his own zone, watched by Spencer. Drops it back. Dietz just throws one out to neutral. It'll carry him to Manlove, who snickers it down into the near side corner. Latino poked along the far wall, free by Gibbs. Now he ends up in a scrum. They continue to tango off the wall, but it's poked back to the point. Long shot, sashayed up off the glass by Mazenko, and the Toros able to chip it out to neutral, but it's right onto the stick of Crawford. Crawford gives to Johnson. Johnson cycles back into his own zone and then plays ahead. Carried into the zone by Malatino. Gets around Tui. No, he didn't get around Tui. Tui went to the ice and took the puck away. Eventually it rolls down to the end wall. Small and Gibbs working against a pair of Bulls. Below the goal line, Small has a man pinned right in the front of the goal judge box.
Small has his skate around that puck. Now that's Malatino coming to help out.
Thrown in front. Quick shot soaked up by Mazenko. 10:07 left to play here in period number 1. Toros Bulls remain scoreless.
It's a nice job there by Will Mazenko as the puck stays behind his net for quite a while before coming right in front of him on the left wing. Sometimes goalie might lose track of what's happening on the ice, but Mazenko was right there, closed off the near side, and it would have been a very tough shot to get that one by Will Mazenko.
A few more social media check-ins. Kayla Dosh, Willie O'Bray and the Braves checking in. Charles Wilburn and the Kowitz family. Bulls control the draw in the Toro zone. Johnson fires one well wide of the net. Fuji Suzuki finds it on the far wall. Suzuki spins it to Severson. Severson drops it down low. Weirin walking out of the corner looking for a lane. Now he tries a shot. Save made. Rebound given, but it's picked up by Hubert Clark. Clark shovels it to the near side. Weirin takes it away from Jockums, plays it down in the corner. They work a two-man game. It's back to Weirin. Weirin up top to the point in Johnson. Johnson shot blocked by Jockums, but it caroms right to the tape of Weirin. Weirin working at the hash marks. Upended. Caught a high stick. That'll draw a call once the Toros touch. This is Cash Crawford. Cash Crawford, long shot. That sails wide. Suzuki finds an extra attacker on for the Bulls. Suzuki up top for Crawford once again. Crawford hands down to the goal line and Weirin. Weirin looking to go backside. Nothing there. The pass caroms to the wall. Johnson banks down to Severson. Severson back up top for Crawford. Crawford to Weirin. Shot from a tight angle. Doesn't go. And Ty James able to scoop up the rebound, which leads to the whistle. Toros will be to the Papa John's penalty kill for the first time this evening. They were 1 for 2 last night.
And now on the season, after going 1 for 2 last night, Toros 88.5% on the penalty kill, 4th in the NAHL. And as of late, they've been very aggressive on the penalty kill. A lot of times what you'll see is one player go out to chase the puck as the other 3 kind of retreat and play between the hashes to cut off any angle of a shot toward Mazenko.
Which, first chance for a shorthanded goal for those of you who took the over in the over-unders game on the Toros Hockey mobile app. We know it wasn't Kobe. Kobe likes to play the unders. Kobe hates fun, so he's always rooting against. Whistle goes as the Toro net comes free.
Well, you talk about shorthanded goals. Ian Spencer out on the ice. His 3 shorthanded goals is tied for tops in the league. So if there's anyone to do it, it's Spencer. And Ken, we were here pretty early, caught some U18 hockey, and they were having a lot of trouble with the net before the game as well.
Yeah, no NHL-style marsh pegs here in North Iowa. They just have the little cleats that go inside the bottom of the post. So once the net has kind of dug itself off the goal line, it creates a rut that those spikes just keep sliding through. Bulls control the draw in neutral and dump it in. Mazenko couldn't reach that. It gets around to the near side. Otis looks up top. Johnson plays off far side. Shot, save made. Rebound given. Turnaround try. Spun him behind the net. And then the Bulls throw it out to neutral themselves. It'll be Johnson who takes over there.
Deemer might have had another second to settle that puck down before he took the shot. There was no Toro that was pressuring him immediately, but his shot was wide as he rushed it off the rebound.
Spencer pressuring it. Forces Johnson to start up ice. 72 ticks left to talk on the man advantage for the Bulls. Spencer with a diving poke. Blocked Hodis' pass, but he's able to get it back. Puts it in front. Turnaround try doesn't go. Neither does the follow-up. As Mazenko able to work well from right to left. Toros get the clear. 56 left to go on the power play for the Bulls.
Well, Mazenko's made 11 saves on 11 shots so far. He's been very comfortable in his return to action.
Excessively busy from a Toros perspective, however, as this is back to Crawford. He comes near side Severson. Severson back across the formation. Suzuki couldn't pull the trigger on a shot. A good tie up by Owens, but the Bulls keep possession. Owens steps into Weirin. Suzuki helps out. They eventually jam it back to the point and cash Crawford. Crawford with a long shot. Deflection out front, but it ends up right into the chest of Mazenko for his 12th stop of the night. 7:28 to go in the period. 23 seconds left on the Papa John's PK for the Toros.
And we've talked about Lucas Vadin's statistics all year long as he's tops in the league in many categories, but Mazenko in his own right, a .93 save percentage, which is just outside the top 5, 1.99 goals against average. Those are solid numbers.
Bulls control the draw. Cross for Dietz. Shot save made by Mazenko. Rebound to the near corner. Weirin plays to Dietz. Dietz delays, then gives up top for Crawford. Crawford walks in, wires. Blocker save by Mazenko, and the rebound picked up by Ian Spencer. Just 5 seconds left on the power play for the Bulls, and it's through to Small. Small, shot save made, rebound given. Small into the far corner, carries behind the net. Toros have come full strength. Mindorf joins Small and Spencer on the ice, and the Toros will finally get to go back to work on the offensive end. Down low for Mahler. He missed it. Spencer there in support, but he runs into Mahler. Eventually, Crawford able to take over for the Bulls, and he just flips one out to neutral. Perot to Mahler, up the near side for Mindorf. Mindorf feeds it ahead for Spencer, but the pass a little too much gas. Now it's in for Mindorf. Shot save made. Sprawling save with the left leg for Hirschhorn. Up top, Jordan Gibbs, and now Small couldn't get that to go. He beat the goaltender 5-hole, but it just didn't trickle through.
And Small initially had the beautiful setup for Middendorf inside, and another missed opportunity there, as that was the best look the Toros have had all night.
Up the far side for Uhala. He's met immediately by Azwawi. Pass up the near side for Gustafsson, taken away by Tui. Tui hands to Gibbs. Gibbs back to Tui. Up the middle for Uhala. Uhala, far side, Batten. Batten finds O'Hannesson in the high slot. First shot's blocked. Second shot finds glass on the near side. Ty James, his shot's blocked to the far side wall. Ty James, I believe, if memory serves, had his first career Toro goal in this building. The Iowa native has quite the cheering section here this weekend as O'Hannesson looks across for Batten. Batten gains the line, then drops it back for O'Hannesson. O'Hannesson from the far circle. Shot, it's in! Toros lead 1-0 early. Or late first, I should say. What a shot by O'Hannesson, and a nice setup on the play from Batten.
And O'Hannesson just
that is career goal number 50 for O'Hannesson as Ramirez goes and gets the puck.
O'Hannesson had all the space in the world as Billy Batten found him, and O'Hannesson wound up on that one, rifling it from the face-off dot, took it over the shoulder of Hirschhorn. So O'Hannesson now has the first goal in both of the contests this weekend, and after a sluggish start for the Toros, they still get on the board first.
That's not clearly offside, apparently. Near side, Bulls control. They bank back to the point in Dietz. Dietz, long shot, tip out front, save made. That was a late change of directions for Mazenko, but he's able to stick with it. Far side, Ramirez. Ramirez tries to dump it in. Second swat does get there. Deemer gives to Dietz. Up the middle, they find Eli Miller. Good poke away from him by Edwards, but Manlove's there in support. His pass across for Severson results in a dump in, and now Miller just gave a big chop to Dane Ramirez, and the Toros will go to the power play. Tui squeezes through a check looking for help, has the puck taken away, and now the Toros get a 5-on-3 as Dietz takes another shot at Tui. They should take them both.
Dietz was not looking for the puck on that one. He was just looking to throw at Ian Spencer. But Dietz is heading to the bench, so...
Why are they not calling the second penalty, too?
Well, regardless, the Toros will go to the First Western Bank and Trust power play, where they were 1 for 2 last night, 24.07% this season. But Ken, like you said, this should be a 5-on-3.
It should be a full 2-minute 5-on-3. Either way, Miller to the box for 2. Toros to the power play, already leading by 1. Draw one back. Yohala up top for Mahler. Mahler gives to O'Hannison. Back up top, Mahler. Mahler comes near side, Yohala. Yohala drops to the goal line, batting right back up top, Yohala. Gives to Mahler. Mahler tries O'Hannison as they work it around the top of the umbrella. Mahler and O'Hannison play catch. O'Hannison skates in and drops it back to Mahler near side, Yohala. Yohala was looking for Spencer. It was off the mark. And the Bulls finally take it away behind the net and ring it all the way down. Mahler will retreat and retrieve for the Toros. Yohala carries up the far side. Sauce across, finds O'Hannison into the zone. O'Hannison shot blocked. Carries to the far side. Toros looking to take it away. Crawford played it up the wall, not out. Yohala will ring it. Will it get to the near point? And Mahler, it will. Mahler. Far side, O'Hannison. Back up top of the umbrella. Mahler comes to the near side, Yohala. They'll trade places. Giving to O'Hannison. He's allowed to walk in. Wire. That goes off the goaltender's glove. Rebound picked up by Mahler, though. Toros keep it set up. Mahler looking for a lane. Shot deflection out front. I think it was Spencer who tipped it, and it went up off the glass. Bulls dump it into the linesman so it doesn't get all the way down the ice, but the Toros were already mid-change. This is Yohala's shot, partially blocked. It comes back to him, side of the net. Yohala will come to the near side, and Mindorf. Toros will finish the change while Mindorf does a lap. Gives to Yohala. Yohala delays. Backside, Mindorf, one-timer. He fanned on it. John Small guides it back to Jordan Gibbs. Gibbs comes across for Yohala. Yohala, far side, one-timer for Mindorf. Doesn't go, and the Toros will have to chase this back out to neutral.
Toros have had a lot of opportunities coming from the left wing. That's where O'Hannison scored tonight. O'Hannison had one there last night as well.
Bulls come full strength. Big collision on the near side. Jockham's just had his stick taken away by a Bull. Meanwhile, Weirin into the zone. Looks far side. Gibbs reads that well and takes it away as Wowie steps into him. John Small flips it ahead. He's got Jockham's. Mindorf joining him on the rush. Shot gloved and held by Hirschhorn. Minute 47 left to go here in period number 1. Toros lead 1-0. More social media check-ins. We've got the Smet and Ellis family checking in from Metagoshi. The McLeods are in Devil's Lake. O'Hannison's Aunt Dee and Dad tuned in on NATV. Bulls control this defensive zone draw. They'll start up the far side. Severson lost it to Chuck Owens. Toros will start up ice. This is Clark. Clark looking for Owens. The pass was tipped, so no icing. Can Owens chase it down? He gets launched into the end wall head first. Toros win the puck anyways. Noah Gibbs with his shot. Deflects up and out of play. Cody Campbell not thrilled with a no call on that. That was a dangerous looking hit. Owens fortunately seems to be okay. Get another look at that. Offensive zone draw coming for the Toros. Small, he's got Middendorf lined up in the shooting hole. We've seen this work plenty of times. As the Bulls now scramble to defend. Bad drop. Small's able to work it to Middendorf anyway. Middendorf holds. Feeds it for Mahler. Adam Mahler runs into the linesman. Toros keep possession anyway. Only for a moment, it's eventually taken away. Spence has a man pinned on the near wall. The puck flipped out to center. Final minute of play. Period number 1 brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Toros working in front of the North Iowa bench. Small finds it, shovels it deep. Spencer after it. Hirschhorn out of his net will play to the near side. Mahler pinches down. Osborne couldn't clear it past him. Fed for Mahler. Shot save made, and the rebound held on to by Hirschhorn. Some more social check-ins. The Brits from home. Danny Held, he was in Narnia last night. Hogwarts tonight. I've got to get his travel agent. The Mock family checking in from the Beaver game. The Spencers are aboard. David Van Lith just got home. Eliza Clark checking in from Norway House. Dorothy Small from Orland Park. Near side, the Bulls control off the draw again. This is Weirin. Weirin over the red, carries over the blue, breaks wide in the zone, tries a shot, save made by Mazenko, rebound given. Suzuki couldn't pull the trigger, good defense from Batten. Near corner, Mahler hit by Severson. Johnson pinned on the near wall, it works free. Ohala feeds Batten, 2-on-1 if the Toros hurry. It's Batten walking in, wiring, save made. He had Jordan Gibbs driving to the back post. O'Hannison poking at it, jammed free. They'll roll all the way to the front of the Toro bench. The horn will sound to end the period. So we'll have Evan Epstein at ice level with Jack O'Hannison, who's suddenly red hot once again. Career goal 50, first Toro ever to hit the career 50 mark.
I only got 2. I'm down by the ice with Jack O'Hannison. Jack, you had the period's only goal. How'd you get the Toros out to a 1-0 lead?
Just a great play by my line mates and just giving me room to shoot. They just do a great job of creating space for me.
Despite the Toros leading 1-0, they were outshot 15-12 in the first period. Is there anything you think the team needs to do differently?
Probably just maintain offense a little bit more. Like if we get a puck deep, we got to get it back and just kind of trap them in their zone a little bit more.
All right, thanks, Jack.
That was Evan Epstein with Jack O'Hannison. Before the commercial break, we're going to send you out to an interview with Evan and Noah Gibbs.
I'm here with Noah Gibbs. Noah, let's just get to know you a little bit as you're new to the Toros. Where are you from?
Yeah, so I'm from Edmundston, New Brunswick in Canada, so just north of Maine.
What's your hockey journey been like, and how has it led up here to Minot?
Yeah, well, so I played when I was 17. I played juniors in the Maritimes in the MHL, and then had a good first season at 17, and then kind of got in contact with a couple Null team, and that's when I went to Janesville, and then obviously got traded here a couple years after.
What's your experience been like playing in the Null?
It's been good, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty gritty league and kind of physical, but no, I've been liking it.
You mentioned you just got to Minot about a month ago. How have you been settling in?
Good, yeah. No, my billets are awesome. I mean, the town's pretty nice too. There's a good couple food spots around here. Obviously, the rink's really nice. The fans are awesome. So yeah, it's been a blast so far.
In practice, how has it been settling in with the team and kind of into a new system?
Yeah, I mean, at first, we have really good guys on this team, and I was like pretty surprised at first. I was like, holy, like these guys can play and stuff. So yeah, it was a little bit of adjustment at first, but no, it's been good so far.
What's been your favorite memory with the Toros so far?
I mean, I can't just picture one moment, but obviously just being on a 9-game win streak right now, and it was my first weekend at home the previous weekend, so that was pretty nice to play in front of this sick crowd, and yeah, it was just a awesome weekend. Got the sweep too, so.
Yeah, Cavell night, there was definitely a lot of noise in the arena. Taking a step back, when you were growing up, was there a specific moment that made you fall in love with the sport?
Honestly, no. I think from what my parents have told me, there's just this one day I told them, I was like, I want to play hockey, and that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. And they were just like, oh, like, okay, like we'll get you like skates and stuff and see how it goes. And then I just never stopped since.
And so, you know, right now, is this your last year in the NA in junior hockey?
Yeah, last year.
So what are your goals moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, obviously have a good rest of the season and have the opportunity to earn a D1 scholarship is the goal. So just kind of working hard for that right now.
How do you think you can continue to develop as a player here with the Toros?
Yeah, I mean, I think just every day, just putting in the work. I mean, with this team, it's really easy to be motivated. Everyone wants to work every day, so just come in every day, put the work in, and work as hard as I can.
All right, thanks, Noel.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue, carry on.
I am Melissa Mack, and I do collections and loans at Aspire Credit Union.
My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I am the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union.
I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community.
What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family oriented. We feel like one big happy family, and Aspire knows that your family always comes first.
I'll always remember when I first started. I showed up to work and my whole office was decorated in Mexican theme because I was going to be going to Mexico. I remember just being so shocked and like so honored that they did that for me. I just think that's really special that Aspire allows us to develop those relationships with our coworkers.
We do a lot of fun things. We have the best potlucks ever. Kind of brings us together, and everyone just kind of helps each other out.
Aspire to more.
Welcome back inside the Mason City Arena, appropriately located in Mason City, Iowa. You've got the Forebears Casino Lodge Intermission Report. I'm Ken Oda, Evan Epstein alongside Evan. We talked about the Toros' slow starts. They do get outshot 15-12, but they have the period's only goal, Jack O'Hannison's 50th career marker.
Yeah, and it was a beauty. Billy Batten dropping it back as we take a look at the replay. And a lot of times you see O'Hannison go for that precision shot. He's trying to place it. Well, this one was precision and speed as he had a lot behind the puck. You'll see here, Batten drops it off. Yeah, O'Hannison, so much room on the left side. And O'Hannison is able to capitalize for the period's only goal. But like you said, Ken, North Iowa outshooting the Toros 15-12. and it did seem like they had more opportunities, particularly over the first 10 minutes, than the Toros did.
Yeah, it was a really nice play on the rush, the feed ahead for Batten, and then Batten circles towards the middle of the ice, pulls all the defense with him. Meanwhile, O'Hannison just worked back to the outside and picked up the easy feed and was given the space to put that into the top corner. After tonight, the Toros finally return home to the Mesa Arena to take on the Bismarck Bobcats. Right now, just 3 points between the Toros and Bobcats for first place in the Central Division, which means, if the Toros get the win tonight, regardless of what happens in Aberdeen, a couple of wins next weekend and the Toros would be able to jump the Bobcats.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a huge series, as that game between Bismarck and Aberdeen hasn't dropped the puck yet, as I think luckily for us, we dropped the puck at 6:30 with a long ride home following the game, but that's going to be one to keep an eye on. The Wings picked up that win over the Bobcats last night. The OD is a tough place to play at, and if the Wings pick up a win and the Toros hold on, you could be looking at a 1-point difference going into that series, not to try and look ahead like that.
Yeah, Austin playing their Pink in the Rink game tonight as well. They're just 1 point behind the Toros, but with a game in hand, they could, regardless of what the Toros do, jump the Toros. So the whole 3 teams at the top of the division really tight right now. Then you've got a big gap, 15 points from Austin to Aberdeen in 4th place. 5th place is just 3 points behind them, however, and St. Cloud has been charging lately up the standings. North Iowa, their playoff chances on life support right now, they really need to come back in this one. 33 points. They're 12 points behind the Aberdeen Wings with about 20 games to play, and then not mathematically eliminated, but essentially eliminated Minnesota and Watertown, both with 23 points in their expansion year at 7th and 8th place. Just looking to play spoiler the rest of the way, and when they're not playing the Toros, I'm sure the Toros would absolutely love that. We saw the Mallards knock off the Bobcats. Was that last weekend or the weekend before? And we've seen Watertown pick up a couple of wins against division opponents. So if you're a Toro fan, when we aren't playing Minnesota or Watertown, or even for that matter North Iowa, you're rooting for them the rest of the way. But we will send you out to a commercial break. When we come back, how much time is left? That's a long commercial break. So we'll come back in about 4 minutes and take a look at some of the out-of-town scores once those games get going.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
I'm Kevin Pro, and you're watching Minotauros hockey on NAHLTV.com.
Welcome back inside the Mason City Arena. Toros lead the Bulls by a score of 1-0, but let's take a look around the rest of the North American Hockey League. New Jersey up 6-1. Actually, that's a final already. They beat New Hampshire 6-1. Janesville trailing the Wendigo 3-0 at the second break. Danbury and Elmira, their deuces middle second. And Johnstown and Maryland, they're scoreless in the second. Late first, Rochester a 3-0 lead on Philadelphia. Middle first, Springfield and Chippewa are scoreless. Watertown out to a 1-0 lead halfway through period one in Minnesota. Austin and St. Cloud have just gotten started. Pink in the Rink night at the Riverside Arena. Just dropping now was Lone Star and Shreveport. Later tonight, we'll have Oklahoma and Amarillo. Bismarck, actually that one just started in the OD as well. Bismarck and Aberdeen. New Mexico and Odessa, they're in warm-ups. Colorado and El Paso later tonight. Same for Kenai at Fairbanks. Let's take a look at the Four Bears Casino and Lodge over-unders, see how we're doing so far. First one of the evening. Toros first period goals. I think, Evan, we all took the over on the pregame show.
We did all take the over, and, you know, as we said, the Toros have started slow, but that doesn't mean they haven't been able to score in the first. It's really been those first 10 minutes they've been outshot. O'Hannesson had the first goal last night, had the first goal tonight, and the over hits there.
Toros defenseman goals, that one at 0.5 as well. Haven't seen one of those yet.
No, as that was O'Hannesson. You were talking in the pregame show looking for Adam Mahler to get on the board, as he hasn't scored a goal in 9 games, which is a drought for Mahler.
And the final one, Toros shorthanded goals, 0.5. 31.3% of you took the over like I did. That's a bit optimistic, but that's me. I'm generally pretty optimistic as well, so hopefully we'll see that come through. If the Toros have to be shorthanded again, I think our preference would be that they don't go to the box anymore tonight. But that'll do it for the Four Bears Casino Lodge intermission report. Forgot, we have the Minotauros Valentine's Day Dash auction. That's live now. Get your Valentine, some Toros gear. Have a chance to win a Toros team-signed replica jersey. Yep, the Valentine's Day hoodies that are sold out. There's a couple of those in there as well. So get your bidding in. The auction ends on Wednesday.
February 11th.
So we clearly did our research before this intermission report. Yeah, on February 11th. So we will send you out for a quick break, come back with the start of period number 2 after these messages on the Toros Network.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
I'm Billy Batten, and you're watching Minotauros hockey on NAHLTV.com.
Welcome back inside the Mason City Arena. Toros and the North Iowa Bulls. Toros now working from right to left on your computer, monitor, smart device. However, you are tuned into the Minotauros Network. We are glad to have you aboard on a Saturday night as the Toros look to get their first 11-game win streak in franchise history. Here's a look at the Central Division standings. We alluded to it during the Four Bears intermission report.
Bobcats just 3 points ahead of the Toros there. Toros 1 point ahead of the Bruins, but Ken, as you mentioned earlier, Toros have played one more game.
Toros attacking right off the hop. The shot didn't get through, and now the Bulls look to counter. Misplay at the blue line taken away by Batten. He chips ahead O'Hannison. Wisely drops it back for Mahler. Mahler comes across to the near side, and Perreault. Perreault had that puck just stick in a puddle. There's several puddles on the ice as the Toros gain the line. I don't know if they're coming through on camera, but this rink looks more like a swamp right now. Far side, bouncing puck. Controlled by Billy Batten, swings it to Perreault. Perreault up the near side, it hits Yohala in the skates. Karams back to Perreault. Perreault whistled for a hand pass, which leads to a stoppage.
And Ken, I mean, you think about last period, the one advantage of a slow start is Will Mazenko has settled in very nicely for the Toros, 15 saves, as he saw a lot of action early.
Yeah, I think if you ask Cody Campbell, he wouldn't have wanted his goaltender to see that many pucks, but after a long time on the shelf, that is a good way to get back in the feel of game action. This is Anthony McIntosh, the Minot native, son of Jared McIntosh, the assistant director of the Minot Wolves program. He fired that into the far corner. They throw it in front, no one home on a redirect. Turning with it, Azwawi. Azwawi's pass ahead, touch to Malantino. His shot saved, made, rebound still loose. Mindor fires it to the far wall. Everyone misses as they try to poke that. Then Kalsher had trouble with it as well.
Well, Mazenko thought that he had covered up that puck, thought he'd squeezed it into the stomach. He looked up and the puck had dropped back to the ice. Luckily enough, the Bulls weren't able to take advantage.
Bulls control in their own zone ahead for Malantino. Malantino lost it. Ty James takes over. He looks across, far side, Clark. Clark pushed ahead, taken away by Severson. 2-on-1 developing. Good job by Clark to get back. Suzuki couldn't do anything with that, thanks to the defense by Clark. And now the Toros look to counter. Spencer drops it for Owens. Owens into the zone. Carries down to the corner, gets spun off the puck. Rough night for Owens. He's taking some hard hits. Meanwhile, Jockums couldn't walk the goal line and get a shot through, and it's jammed out to neutral where Clark takes over. Clark rings this. Hirschhorn stops that for his teammates, who then promptly hand it to Edwards for some reason. And the Toros will go to work in the offensive zone. Puck thrown to the near side. Noah Gibbs trying to work it free. He does. Noah Gibbs hit by a pair, but Edwards there in support. Edwards carries in, shot goes wide. It was from a tough angle. Perreault keeps it down the wall, throws it deep. Noah Gibbs and Jockums go for a change. Edwards stays up on the pressure, and again, they just give him the puck. This is Mahler. Edwards has been gifted 2 turnovers on this shift.
But that's a reward of applying pressure if you're Jack Edwards, rather than dropping back and letting the Bulls break out of the zone, taking that puck away behind the net as Toros still have possession.
This is Perot now as the Toros take it away again. Near side, Newman leaps it deep. Ramirez threw it to the front, no one there. I also wonder how much of that is just the puck sticking. As we see there, that dumping attempt even by Weirin. The puck just stopped. Now a shot by Deemer, blocked by a sliding Ramirez. Up top for Johnson, walks in, looks back across. He missed the intended target. They find it anyway. Shot save made, rebound. Lays free in front of Mazenko to be found by Ramirez. He flips it out to neutral. Johnson gloves down to the stick. Looks to attack again. Johnson shot blocked up and out of play by Adam Muller for a whistle. 952 seconds left to go here in period number 2. Toros lead 1-0.
We'll take a look at some more social media check-ins. The Zolkowskis checking in from Deming, New Mexico. Pardon. The Coates family, and the Longs checking in. Lawrence family checking in from Minot. Remmers also checking in from Minot.
This is O'Hannison, hands off Tui. Tui gains the line with speed. Looking for Yohala. It ended up going just wide. This is Gibbs. Up top for Jack O'Hannison. They let him walk in. Wires, blocker save. It pops up high in the air. Jordan Gibbs, gloves down to the stick, carries to the near corner. Looks to work it deep. But it'll be Deemer and Batten coming together on the far side. Played back in behind. Johnson now pressured by Yohala. They'll pin up in front of the goal judge. They keep the puck moving to the near side half wall. Into the middle, Yohala. Yohala uses O'Hannison as a screen, then tries to hand it to O'Hannison, but Deemer read it well and cut it off. And now the Bulls send this down the ice, but it's not icing. So that allows them to change. It's ahead quickly for Batten on the near side. Batten gains the line, drops it for Yohala. Yohala looks across and finds Jordan Gibbs for a shot that deflects up off the glass. O'Hannison trying to get it to the side of the net, and the whistle goes. 14:45 left to go here in period number 2. As we look at tonight's heating up.
Well, heating up is Braden Jockums. There it is, Braden Jockums heating up. He had 2 goals last night. And Jockums, alongside Chuck Owens and Noah Gibbs, looked very effective in Game 1 against the North Iowa Bulls. We haven't seen as much from them tonight in terms of generating opportunities. But particularly over the last 2 series, those 3 men have been all over the ice.
Hodis tossed from the draw for North Iowa. Small wins it back. Quick shot by Mindorf deflects up and out of play for a whistle.
Love that tip from Ian Spencer. Spencer gets it right off the draw, knows he doesn't have the shot, but recognizes Middendorf is right behind him, drops it back. And not much results out of the shot, but that's still a good play that the Toros set up.
A few more social media check-ins. Billet Ray, Rachel Knight, and the rest of the Knights. Jake and Sam and the Battens from Phoenixville. Far side. They pin along the boards. Hodis chips it up the wall. Kept by Ty James. Long shot, tip out front.
It hit Anthony McIntosh on the way in.
This is Ian Spencer now back on the attack on the near wall. Throws across. It gets through. Small. Looks up top for Clark. Clark breaks wide. Shot deflected in behind the net. Thrown into the slot. Small turnaround try. That's blocked. Meanwhile, delayed call coming.
On who is the question?
It's Hodis. They're taking the box. He was laying on top of Ian Spencer. Head contact, the initial call. 14:06 left to go here in period number 2. Take a look at some more of those social media check-ins. Jacob Smith, the Seversons from Minot, Betsy Patterson from Sacramento. The Bookers are in Minot. The Longs are in Colorado. And I think that's where you picked up.
As we take a look at the replay here, here's John Small's shot, but as you see down behind the goal line, there's the penalty with Hodis on top of Ian Spencer.
Draw one back by the Bulls, clear up the near side. Spence gloves it down to the stick. Ian Spencer hands for Ohannesson. Ohannesson up top for Adam Mahler. Mahler looks far side, Yohala. Yohala gives to Batten. Toros work a scissor play on the far wall. This is Mahler. His pass deflects off a skate and is picked up by Eli Miller. Swept away from him by Billy Batten in the Toros' control. Mahler to the near side. Spencer didn't catch it, but Batten able to poke it into the zone. It's taken away, however, by Dietz. Again, Spencer gloves down to the stick and keeps it at the point. Ian Spencer looks far side, Yohala. Yohala comes to the near side, Ohannesson. Ohannesson drops down low for Batten. He tried to feed Spencer. Didn't get through cleanly, but it's cleaned up by Ohannesson. Yohala and Ohannesson up top. Now a feed into the middle for Spencer. Doesn't get through, but he's able to hunt it down. Spencer. Serpentines on the far wall. Tack to tape for Ohannesson on the near side. Up top, Mahler. Long shot. It's in. Adam Mahler in his 150th game ends the drought. And the Toros lead 2-0.
And there's your defenseman goal from Adam Mahler with his 12th of the season. Mahler now tying the lead in the league for most goals by a defenseman, and he did so emphatically. A bullet from the center of the ice. As we'll take a look at the replay here, Mahler just sees empty ice in front of him and tucks it into the upper left corner of the net.
Crawford controls off the draw for the Bulls. Dumps it in on net. Mazenko swallows that up. 12:54 left to play in the period. Ohannesson gets credit for the assist, as he now has a 4-point weekend.
Torres now 1 for 2 on the power play tonight, as the power play, despite the fact they've only had 4 this whole series, they're 2 for 4, and it's looked much more effective than it did last weekend in Watertown.
Bad drop, so we'll do it again to the left of Mazenko. A few more social media check-ins. The Nelsons are in Minot. Graham Barbara. Spencer watching from New Lenox. Tony Sanders watching from home in Glenburn. Aaron and Michelle Bliven tuned in back in Minot, and the Dollies are in Minot as well as the Toros start up ice. Noah Gibbs plays it back for Tui. Tui fights through a flying check, and now on the far side, as we're starting to see some frustration from North Iowa. Noah Gibbs into the zone. He drops a pass for Tui, but Braden Jockums was 5 feet offside, so the whistle goes. And now as the Toros start to pull away, you have to worry about the type of response we saw from Watertown last weekend, or perhaps the last meeting between these two teams last year in this building. Hopefully Cody Campbell doesn't get punched in the head again.
It's been a very clean series, though, to this point, both on penalties and just before and after the whistle. We've seen nothing like we saw against Watertown, but as you said, frustration is mounting.
Jochum spun it to the front, but it was behind Noah Gibbs. Touched back to the point by Owens for Clark. Clark shot deflected by Owens up and over. That was more of a life-saving deflection for Owens than an attempt to put that towards the goals. The puck was headed right for his shin. Jochums wins a battle on the wall, tries to walk in. It's poked free. Jochums frees it back up, but it's eventually taken away. Weirin going the other way. He's got Suzuki with him. Hits the brakes as they find the blue line. Crawford, who had joined the rush, boots the puck into the corner. Suzuki finds it behind the net. He's watched by Clark. Weirin looks up top, spun back to Crawford on the far side, looks across Weirin. Weirin from the near side, given all kinds of time. And now Mazenko's fallen down. His net's been knocked off, as he did. The Bulls still working in the offensive zone with a net that's not on the goal line. At some point a whistle's going to go, you would think. Puck behind the net, wraparound try, doesn't go. This is Suzuki. Up top for Severson. Swept across. They wanted Suzuki. The pass was off the mark, and now Severson. They're going to call a slash on who? It's Owens. It's Owens who's going. So now the Toros' turn to be shorthanded this period, and they'll do it without one of their 4 main penalty-killing forwards.
Toros have killed 1 power play so far this evening, and the net was off there for 20 or so seconds before the call. It came off at the very end, but I think if you're a Toros fan, you were hoping that whistle would blow a little earlier, and then the Owens slashing results as the play on.
Bakovens checking in from the Bonfire Theater. This is taken away by Ian Spencer as passed back to the point. Spencer challenging shorthanded and then gets run over from behind. Cody Campbell wondering why there was no call. Spence continues to pressure. This is Miller carrying ahead. Miller's pass is tipped, but it still gets through. Johnson's shot, double deflection, and it ends up on the stick of Adam Mahler, who launches it all the way down the ice. John Small pressuring Johnson, so Hirschhorn comes out to play, and now he'll put it behind his net. Jockham's taking Owens' spot on the PK, out with Batten now. Osborne turning on the far side. Jams it down low. Miller walled off by Gibbs. Hodis carries to the far side, hash marks, then looks across. The pass was off the mark. Touched up top, Suzuki. Suzuki drops it down low. Pass up top, Johnson. Leaves off far side, Hodis. Shot blocked by Jordan Gibbs. Good stick by Jockham's, takes that puck away. And he slowly rolls it all the way down the ice. And now pressure coming from Batten. So the puck thrown out to neutral. Severson looks far side, Weirin into the zone. Still 34 ticks left to talk on the Papa John's PK, but Perreault banks this one all the way down the ice.
And what you continue to see on the penalty kill for the Toros is 3 men laying back, 1 man applying pressure to the puck. That is when the Bulls offense gets set up, but the Toros doing a good job of preventing them from entering the zone.
Malatino gains the line, carries to the near side half wall, rings it to the far side, and Severson. Severson hands to Weirin. Weirin up top for Crawford. Crawford, long shot through traffic, goes wide. The rebound caroms to the near side, Suzuki. Toros come full strength. Pass into the middle. Puck jammed free. Small with a good stick out of midair, turning it into a 3-on-1 for the Toros. It's Mindorf. Mindorf delays. Shot he wanted a tip from Small, didn't get it. Mahler on the far side, throws it on net, blockered away. Rebound to the near side, Mindorf. Mindorf gives to Spence in the far corner. Comes up top for Perreault. Perreault tries a shot, it's blocked. Near corner. Crawford and Mindorf come together. Mindorf wins the battle, tries to rim it to Perreault, but it's cut off on the wall by Severson. Puck jammed out to neutral. Perreault back on it. Quickly turning. Perreault into the middle for Ian Spencer. It's broken up. Good defensive play by Azwawi. Jordan Gibbs pressuring, picking his way through traffic. Second try didn't get through, and now Higley looking to go the other way. Higley, shot save made, rebound cleaned up by Jordan Gibbs. Glass and out for the Toros. This will go for an icing.
Icing brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. Davis Higley, a lot of speed down the right side. That's what allowed him to beat the Toros down the ice and to get the shot from the right wing. Mazenko, though, has been a brick wall all night, 20 for 20 on the shots that he's faced. Bulls 5 shots this period to the Toros 4 as we take another look at Higley's run down the ice.
A few more social media check-ins. Sam Walter in Grand Forks. The Ackermans from JG Home Rinks in Brandon, Manitoba. And the Thompsons are in Florida. Far side, Perreault banks up the wall. Mindorf Carries over the red and blue. Now he cuts to the middle. Tries to hand to Spencer, but it's taken away. Malatino on the back check, pressuring Jordan Gibbs. Malatino poked off his stick by Gibbs and then directed into the wall. Mindorf avoids the collision and then pins a man to the boards. They'll dig in that near side corner. It's eventually dug out and played back to the point in Azwawi. Azwawi, long shot blocked out front by Jordan Gibbs. Puck to the near side. Azwawi, a flying punch, kept it in the zone. Toros take it away, and it's Hubert Clark, or make that Edwards. 72, not 12. Edwards had it poked free as he was working alone in the offensive zone. This is Ty James from the red line. Chips it in. Hirschhorn out of his net to stop it. Swept to the far side. McIntosh looks up ice. Thrown into the Toro zone, and now it's Hubert Clark for real this time. It was the two in the cage that got me. As the Toros have iced that puck, Ramirez claimed he tipped that at the red line, but apparently did not. So the draw comes back into the Toro zone.
Icing brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. As Kobe just said, Cody Campbell is looking for the officials who are all the way down the ice, says he thought that was tipped beyond the center line as well.
I was positive it was. It was right below where we are perched up high in the Mason City Arena.
Cody's trying to wave down a ref.
Meanwhile, Toros win the draw and Ramirez starts up ice. Poked away from him by Dietz. They come together. Yohala throws it in front. He wanted Newman. Didn't get the deflection he wanted. Far corner. Manlove up ice for Deemer. Deemer hands to Bard, who boots it into the Toro zone. Clark after it. Sweeps it up the wall for Yohala. Yohala spins it out for Batten. Batten attacking on the near side. Billy Batten driving the net. Gets pulled down. And Cody Campbell really letting the official have it now as they wave off icing here. So the Toros will retreat and gather that puck from behind their own net. Clark up for Batten. Batten stepped into by Dietz. Plays it to the Toro zone. Ty James takes over there. He'll retreat and hold behind the net. Gives to Batten on the near side. Billy Batten hands to O'Hannison. O'Hannison shot blocked. Squirts to the near side corner. Deemer on it there. Thrown ahead to the near side and Dietz. Toros try to dump it back in. Karam's to the far wall.
O'Hannison couldn't control
Mahler
that pass there, and the Bulls.
Yohala spun down in the zone. Leaned on the near side. He's playing keep away at this point. Batten up top for Perreault. Perreault looks across for Mahler. Mahler flips it towards the net, in and out of the goaltender's glove. It caroms to the far side, O'Hannison. O'Hannison chops it in behind. Yohala just got tripped in front of the referee. And Dietz fires this down the ice. They wave off icing, so Mahler has to play. Puck is up on the rail. Coughlin steps into Perreault. Owens comes together. Coughlin down low. Pulled down by Mahler. And now Coughlin gave Mahler a punch to the face while they were on the ice. Things heating up a little bit here. Wish they'd heat up here. A little bit chilly up atop the press box here in Mason City. Higley through neutral. Flips to the far side. Gloved down by Tui. Tui thought he had Jockums. Jockums didn't see the pass coming. He goes for an icing. Icings, of course, brought to you by our friends at
Minot's Finest Collision Center.
This is apropos of nothing, but every time Noah Deemer touches the puck for North Iowa, I'm reminded of my 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Deemer, and I immediately begin to panic.
Well,
Didn't do a lot of homework back in 5th grade. Yeah, Kobe off air said really any grade, and I hope my kids aren't listening, but that's very true. Shot blocked, it goes wide. Bulls take over. A lot of great teachers over the years, but every now and again you just have that one that, even at 40 years old, just the name sends a shiver down your spine. This is Noah Gibbs rolling it into the corner. Tried to play it to Tui at the far point, but it was cut off by Weirin, and now Severson into the zone, tries to feed Suzuki. A poke check by Mazenko. Down low, Severson working behind the net, up top to the point. Long shot blocked by traffic and ends up in the near corner. Gibbs, the first to find it for the Toros. He plays up the wall to Noah Gibbs, and the Toros have iced the puck.
Icing brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center, as it'll come down to the left of Will Mazenko. This game's gotten a little bit chippy over the past 5 to 10 minutes, but what you've seen is the Bulls with a bunch of big hits against the Toros and then no response from the Toros.
Draw to the left of Mazenko. Kalsher steps in early against Owens. We'll try it again. Owens wins it cleanly back. Jordan Gibbs banks to the far corner. Jockums works it out to neutral. Good play. Gets through to Jockums. Jockums walks in. Wires. That's soaked up by Hirschhorn. Chuck Owens was driving the backside, but what a play in the neutral zone to work that into the attacking end. Kobe Brault will give us another look. He is much more attentive to his work than I was to mine in 5th grade.
And let's see it here from
Noah Gibbs.
Yep.
Fed it through to Jockums, setting up the 2-on-1. And the defender, Liam Bard, played the pass, so Jockums made the right call, firing that on net. Quick shot off the draw, blockered away. It was Mindorf with the attempt on the faceoff win by Small. This should be a hand pass, and it is.
Comes with 3:15 to play.
Just once, I'd like to mic up Cody Campbell for a game. I don't think an official has gone by the bench without Cody saying something this period. He was relatively quiet in the first period, but he has not been thrilled with the dazzle of Zebras tonight since period number 2 got underway. Draw in front of the North Iowa bench. Small and Kalsher, a pair of 18s. As you'd expect, they push, but it's dug out by Spencer, who fed Mindorf into the zone. Mindorf in, wires, that goes wide. Rebound to the near side. Ty James down the wall. Gets to Small. Small has trouble with the referee, who's now got his back to the play. This is Spence, wins it, and then fires a shot that trickles just wide. Mindorf cuts that off on the wall. Small there as well. Mindorf makes Bard miss. Hands off Spencer. Spencer feeds Small. The pass off the mark. Not by much, though. Small has it taken away by Kalsher. Kalsher turning on the near side. Feathers it in front. He had Osborne going to the back post. Osborne just couldn't control it. Small jams it to the near side. Ty James on his horse. Gathers it up. Final 2:23 of the period as Ty James gains the line, leaves for Ian Spencer. Spencer's shot in and out of the glove and eventually held on to by Hirschhorn. 2:16 to play here in the period. Sandy checking in from Michigan. Cheering on nephew Jack O'Hannison. The Thompsons from Florida. Neubauers are aboard, and Tanya Shaw-Canero agrees. She'd love to hear Cody Campbell mic'd up. I don't know that we'd ever actually be able to publish that anywhere, but it would sure be a fun watch in the office. Edwards on the draw. What do you think the MPAA would rate that one? Toro gets dumped in the slot. It was Ramirez. I can hear Cody Campbell through my headset. Don't know if that's getting through to you guys, but he's so loud at this point we don't need to mic him up. This is Edwards poked free. Far side, Miller. Tui runs Miller into the boards, and that goes uncalled. So now a long shot that goes wide of Mazenko's net. Miller dumps it down low. Edwards finds it and hoists one out to neutral. Crawford trying to glove down to the stick, banks it to the total blue line. Jordan Gibbs gives it right back. Hodis tries to dump it in. It hits his own man along the boards. Batten frees it up. Parker Newman couldn't get the feet moving fast enough, and this is Deemer. Leaves to the near side, and Hodis. Rolled down low. Tui lost his stick, making it hard to defend, and that allows Hodis to gather the puck. Hodis working on the far side. Final minute of play in period number 2. Brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Toros lead 2-0 as they pin a man along the far wall. They continue to dig. Bulls trying to change while this scrum goes on. Newman and Jordan Gibbs, the pair there for the Toros. Back to the point. Johnson's shot blocked out front. It's Edwards. Edwards fires it off the linesman. And now Karams and Batten is into the zone. Billy Batten spins off a check, feeds it to Ohannesson up top for Mahler. It didn't get through. And the play goes the other way. Severson looks across. Return feed. Shot wide. They had a lot of net. And then somehow Karam's into the goal. A lot of chaos in the Toros zone on that. As we get another look. The first shot by Severson goes wide. And a shot from a tough angle on the far wall. The bad shot ends up being a good pass. And the Bulls get on the board and pull within 1. Small frees it up, gives to Mahler. Dumped in, it'll ring around to the near side. And the horn sounds to end the period. With the Toros leading. I imagine we'll hear from Adam Mahler with Evan. Maybe. Let's see. Adam Mahler broke for the locker room right away. We will send it out to break. And we'll let Evan get back upstairs, and then we'll have the Farmers Union intermission interview after these messages.
At Northwest Tire, we have tires for everyone. Needs tires that are reliable and safe to get her family where they need to be. Needs a tire that's heavy duty for all of his off-roading adventures. Needs tires that can get him from point A to point B. No matter what you drive or your budget.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code Hockey100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/Hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
We had a member that came into the credit union who doesn't historically come in. She went up to the teller line and said she wanted $25,000 in cash. The teller kind of questioned her about it, and she said, "I'm buying a car," but she was kind of fidgety. And is that when she went to you first?
She had to make a phone call to see who it was payable to, and that was
Which is
red
way
flag.
weird. I mean, that's a huge red flag. And that's kind of when I came up there and I just said, "Are you comfortable coming to my office if we just sit down and talk about this?"
And that's where you took the phone and talked to the person on the other line, right?
Then to hit the button on the phone and disconnect them, for her to say, "Thank you."
I'd rather ask the uncomfortable questions than hear that I just assisted someone losing $25,000.
Perfect. That's when you know you did a good job that day.
In life, there's good, better, and the best. The same theme applies for our car and light truck tires at Northwest Tire. We offer you good tires, better tires, and the best tires. Which choice is right for you? That depends on your tire performance needs and your budget. The choice is yours. Come in and talk to one of our tire experts, and we'll help you decide which tire is best for you.
Keeps you rolling down the road.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Welcome back inside the Mason City Arena as we hit the second intermission here. Toros lead the North Iowa Bulls by a score of 2-1. Let's take a look at how we got there. In the first period, it was Jack O'Hannison becoming the first 50-goal man for the Toros.
Yeah, a big accomplishment for O'Hannison after setting the all-time record for points as a Toro last night. As we take a look at the goal here, Batten drops it to O'Hannison, and we went through it last period. So much space there on the left wing. Then in the second period, Adam Mahler in his 150th game as a Toro. Mahler gets the puck up at the point. It's going to go up to him at the point.
Spencer should get the secondary assist. It's not credited right now. And if that replay had held on just a little bit longer, we would have seen Adam Mahler take the monkey off his back, but it's a bad pinch by Mahler there that leads to a rush the other way. And a shot from a very tough angle by Austin Azwawi. It was Severson's initial shot that missed wide of the net, but it ended up being a perfect pass to Azwawi, who fired it into the open side. Mazanko had committed to Severson's shot and couldn't get all the way across back to the far side of the net to keep that one out. Ruins what was otherwise a pretty strong first couple of periods for Mazanko. He stopped 22 of 23. And the Toros have him leading 2-0. We talked about it. A record-setting weekend for Jack O'Hannison, now 122 points for his career. So he's 4 points ahead of Trevor Stahowiak after this weekend and potentially more. 50th goal tonight, first Toro to ever score 50 in Cream and Cardinal. And now the next record, and perhaps last that he's got on his radar, with the assist tonight, he now has 72 career assists. Trevor Stahowiak had 82 as a Toro. So with 19 games left after tonight, this possibility that Jack O'Hannison can leave Minot total all-time goal leader, all-time assist leader, which obviously is going to make him the all-time point leader. Look at the Shields scoreboard. As we said, Toros lead 2-1, 1 for 2 on the First Western Bank and Trust power play, 2 for 2 on the Papa John's PK. Shots on goal 23-20 in favor of the North Iowa Bulls. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scores and more here on the Minotauros Network.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue, carry on.
What's up, Toros fans? I'm Ian Spencer. You're watching Minotauros Hockey at NAHLTV.com.
Welcome back to the Four Bears Casino Lodge Intermission Report. I'm Ken Oda, Evan Epstein alongside. Evan, let's take a look at what's going on around the rest of the North American Hockey League.
Well, we already hit Titans taking down the Mountain Kings 6-1 earlier today. Wisconsin Wendigo 4-0 over the Janesville Jets. That's a final. Early in the third period, Elmira Aviators have a 4-2 lead over the Danbury Hat-Tricks right here. Obviously, the Toros up 2-1 on the Bulls. Johnstown Tomahawks trailing the Maryland Black Bears 3-0, 5 minutes to go there in the second. Rochester Junior Americans 5-0 over the Philadelphia Rebels, 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the second period. Chippewa Steel and Springfield Junior Blues knotted at 0 midway through the second. Watertown Shamrocks holds a 3-0 lead over the Minnesota Mallards.
William Shepard with a goal there for Watertown in his return to the lineup from suspension.
Well, definitely a familiar face to Toros fans as the Norsemen and Austin Bruins are at the first intermission tied at 0. Shreveport Mudbugs a 1-0 lead over the Lone Star Brahmas, as not sure everyone's returned to the Brahmas lineup quite
I
yet
would think
either.
not.
Amarillo Wranglers a 1-0 lead over the Oklahoma Warriors at the first break. Bismarck Bobcats have a 2-0 lead over the Aberdeen Wings at the Odie at the first intermission. Just 6 shots on goal each side, but 2 of them found the back of the net for Bismarck. New Mexico Ice Wolves and Odessa Jackalopes tied up at 1 at the first intermission, and then the Colorado Grits still yet to drop the puck against the El Paso Rhinos, and the Kenai River Brown Bears and Fairbanks Ice Dogs way down the line.
Let's take a look at our McDonald's Toros trivia question, fans. You still have until the end of the third period to get your guesses in on this one. And results fairly split among Toro fans, who is the Toros' all-time leader with 71 points in a season. The possible answers: Chase LaPinta, who has 20.8% of the vote so far. Jack O'Hannison with 35.4% of the vote. Miroslav Mucha, 12.5% of guesses gone his way. And Hunter Longy, 31.3% of guesses have gone in that direction. So a little bit more split among the Toro fans than we usually see on the McDonald's Toros trivia question. You've got 25-ish minutes to get your guesses in. Well, I guess the third period will probably take longer than a flat 20. So maybe a half an hour or so to get your guesses in if you've got the Toros Hockey mobile app. If not, download it, Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and you can get your guess in, win a free lunch from our friends at Dakota Drive McDonald's. We'll also quickly go through the Forebears over-unders. We look at Toro's first period goals. That went over. Jack O'Hannison's got us that. Toro's defenseman goals in the second period, that went over. Adam Mahler was able to get that. And now all we need is a third period shorthanded goal, and we've got all the overs, which of course would mean that Kobe lost.
0 for 3 for Kobe. Well, if that shorthanded goal hit, I of course had the under on defenseman goals, so Adam Mahler ruining my parlay there, but not upset in the slightest.
And I think I went over on everything, so we'll see. Only 31.3% of fans took the over, 68.8% took the under on shorthanded goals, so perhaps more fans at home cheering against a shorty here in period number 3, although I don't think people would mind the Toros tacking on a little bit more offense here in period number 3. That'll do it for the Forebears Casino and Lodge Intermission Report. We will send you out to break. When we come back, we'll drop the puck in period number 3 here on the Minotauros Network.
At Northwest Tire, we have tires for everyone. Needs tires that are reliable and safe to get her family where they need to be. Needs a tire that's heavy duty for all of his off-roading adventures. Needs tires that can get him from point A to point B. No matter what you drive or your budget.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code HOCKEY100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
The Forebears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Forebears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hill.
And I'm Evan Epstein.
And we host Toros All Access every Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Central.
We cover everything you need to know about the Minotauros, previewing upcoming series, interviewing players and coaches, and breaking down game footage.
You can watch on Facebook or YouTube to keep up with the Minotauros.
Nicotine can harm brain development, which continues to about age 25. Know the risks. Visit ecigarettes.surgeongeneral.gov to learn more. This message is brought to you by the 1st District Health Unit and the Minot Minotauros.
Welcome back inside the Mason City Arena. I'm betting most of you can guess what city that is in. Toros lead the North Iowa Bulls by a score of 2-1 here as we get ready to start period number 3. Take a look at the Central Division team leaders. Ian Spencer, 52 points on the year. He might be making a run at that 71 we were talking about with the McDonald's Toros trivia question. The only team leader with more, Alex Lorenza, 61 points on the season. He had a 19-game point streak that ended the day before Christmas break in Minot. That 19-game point streak, the longest in NAHL history. I think I'm the only one neurotic enough to have tracked that, though. I didn't see much media on it.
Well, Spencer has 6 points over the past 3 games as we take a look at the team point leaders.
This was coming into play tonight, so Hannison now at 51.
Well, coming into this game, all 5 of these guys are in the top 20 in the league in points scored. No other team has more than 2 guys in the top 20 in points.
Bulls control off the draw. Manlove. That's how you end up with the league's best goal differential. Score a bunch and get some pretty good goaltending to go with it as Yohala takes an elbow to the face from Deemer. Puck dumped back into the Toro zone. Far side, Miller. Pushed it up the wall. Helped by Manlove. Back to Deemer. Deemer into the corner for Miller. Swept down low for Manlove. Manlove out front, one-timer. Soaked up by Mizenko.
And Mizenko didn't know he had it after he stood up. It fell to the ice. A little nervous there for Mizenko to start the 3rd period, but the Toros on their 10-game winning streak, shutting teams down in the 3rd period has been the keys to a lot of these games. They've taken a lot of 1- and 2-goal leads into the 3rd, and they've expanded upon those leads.
Draw will be to the left of Mizenko. Controlled by the Toros. This is O'Hannison. Soft chip into the far corner. Crawford and Batten after it. Batten ties Crawford up long enough for help to arrive in the form of O'Hannison, and now we've got a full rugby scrum in the corner. Eventually it squirts free. It'll be carried ahead by the Bulls and Malatino. Chips it into the near side corner. Tui hacks it up the near side wall. Malatino finds it there. Yohala working on him. Toros all pull off and give Malatino space, and he promptly throws the puck out to neutral for them. Aswawi hands to McIntosh. McIntosh into the near side for Osborne. Chipped back out by Tui. Would have gone for icing, except for the goaltender Hirschhorn. Didn't realize it and left his net to negate the icing. This is Spencer working behind the net, getting punched and held.
Yeah, Austin
all legally.
Oshovi is giving it to Ian Spencer.
Far side, Suzuki leaves it. Severson rings it to the near side. McIntosh down the wall, throws one on net. Save made by Mizenko. Puck thrown back to the near side. McIntosh again with a shot. Save made. Rebound poked to the corner by Suzuki.
That second shot tipped off Weir and on the way to the net.
Out for Ian Spencer. Spencer working on Aswawi. His pass is blocked. Now he'll spin it down low. Will it get through to Mindorf? It does. Mindorf crisscrosses with Small behind the net and then carries out to the far side. Carried up by the goal line, poked free by Suzuki, who then promptly gives it right back to Mindorf. Mindorf will retreat to the safety of Clark and the Toro zone, and now the Toros will start up ice. Spencer flips it deep. John Small up on the pressure. He's the only Toro there. He's looking for help. but his mates had not yet arrived. Hodis ahead, poked free from him by Noah Gibbs. Noah Gibbs into the zone, tries a shot in and out of the glove. The Bulls net's roughly 25 yards off their goal line.
Well,
the referee hasn't noticed it. That Hirschhorn just put it back. Broken stick laying on the ice. It's Owens, and now a good stick by Perreault. Prevents a goal, but the Toros livid. Owens' stick laying in two pieces on the ice. But the referee was looking at Hirschhorn's net, I believe, so he didn't see the slash. Meanwhile, Mazenko guides that shot up and out of play for a whistle.
And Jack Hirschhorn still hasn't gotten his net back where it needs to be, as he's going to wave down the officials. All the way down the break, Hirschhorn was trying to put that net back on. He got back in front of it for the shot, but it was still off, as the whistle should have been blown much earlier.
The net's halfway to Austin.
But as
we have another look at that play by Perreault.
I mean, that keeps it a tie game right there, and got through the pads of Will Mazenko and Kevin Perreault. What a play.
Similar to the goal scored by Jochums yesterday, the puck just trickled through the goaltender. Only this time the Toro poking it was playing defense instead of offense. Edwards and Weirin on the draw. North Iowa Bulls pounding their sticks on the front of their bench for some reason. Meanwhile, Ramirez tried to chip it in. It hit the linesman. Cody Campbell stares on in disbelief. Glass and out for the Bulls. Newman wins that battle. Now he's tied up with Suzuki. Weirin helps out and rings it deep into the Toro zone. Perreault will get back on this. Perreault, far side. Ramirez touches it out. Newman looking to hunt it down. Dietz got there first, however. Ramirez blocks the clear attempt. Second try, gets up ice. This is Weirin. Plenty of Toros back. Weirin working on Tui. Shot from a tight angle. In and out of the catching glove of Mazenko. Miller takes it away from Ramirez. Edwards pokes it free, but it comes back to the Bulls. Another broken stick for the Toros. This time it's Newman who's out there without any lumber. He skates into a Bull player. Bulls bench wants a penalty for interference. I don't necessarily blame them. Near side, Tui jousting with Miller. Newman has a man pinned. He's regained his stick, so it must not have broke. Just lost the handle of it. This is Edwards chipping it out. Soft chip rolls down the ice. Won't go for icing, so the Bulls have to play. Crawford turning on the near side. Chips up for Manlove, who flips it deep into the Toro zone. Mazenko stops for Tui. Flips ahead, but Miller cuts it off. Miller, pressured by Yohala, throws it down low. Deemer up top, Johnson. Johnson carries down the wall. Watched by Jack O'Hannison. He shovels it around to the far side. No one there, so the duo race after it. Now it's left behind the net for Miller. Miller on his backhand, trying to cut in, and a good stick by Yohala takes it away. He's got Batten and O'Hannison going. The pass was behind O'Hannison. He's able to hunt it down, leave it on the near side, and roll it deep into the offensive zone. Crawford gets there first, hammers it around to the far side. Miller in his skates will just turn and flip this out to neutral, where Ty James takes over for the Toros. He banks a bouncing puck for Batten. Batten hits the brakes as he gains the zone, tries to feed it in for Yohala. It's broken up. Yohala shovels it to the front, but no one home for the Toros. Puck banks out to neutral. Ty James at the Toro blue line. Finds it, plays ahead for Mindorf. Mindorf missed, and it will go for an icing.
Icing brought to you by Monarch's Finest Collision Center, as the Bulls have outshot the Toros 6-1 to begin the third period, and now outshooting the Toros 29-21 on the night. And if you're the Toros, you only have a one-goal lead. I don't think playing defensively is the idea coming into this period. The idea is trying to tack on a couple of insurance goals, but they haven't controlled the puck for all that much of this period.
Delayed offsides, the Toros have to peel off. This is Azwawi, who scored the goal late in period number 2, shoveled that one wide of the cage. Toros take this away and then turn it back over. Azwawi Sends it down low. Mindorf hit Azwawi hard after he made that pass. Meanwhile, Spencer up the far wall. Spencer into the zone, fights through. Shot save made. Rebound to the corner. Spencer's the first on it. Spencer leaves up top for Perreault. Perreault comes near side for Mahler. Adam Mahler fires that wide of the cage. John Small finds it first, throws it towards the net, gloved and held by Hirschhorn, and then a couple of Bulls over to have words with Ian Spencer.
Ian Spencer took the first shot on that break, but Spencer had Middendorf coming down the middle of the ice. It would have been a tough pass to try and get it into Middendorf, but if he had, Middendorf would have had a point-blank shot.
Offensive zone draw coming for the Toros. They leave the small line out. Mahler and Perreault behind them. Toros protecting a 1-goal lead here with 13:51 to play in regulation. Toros 22-1-0 when leading heading into third periods. Bulls take this away in the Toros zone. Suzuki gives to Bard, and now a tight shot from Severson. Blockered aside by Mizenko. John Small comes ahead for Mindorf, who didn't catch it cleanly, but he's able to hunt it down. Mindorf looking back for Ian Spencer, but the pass picked off, and Suzuki's going to go the other way. His long pass for Weirin was off the mark, however, and it goes for Minot's finest Collision Center icing. 13:15 to go here in the third.
Well, Suzuki just didn't look up in time as Weirin had to wait on the blue line. It took all the momentum away from Cole Weirin. Had that pass come earlier and caught Weirin in stride, he would have had a look to crash in on the net of Mizenko.
Draw will be to the right. As we see that tight shot from Severson and the blocker saved by Mizenko. Shot will be to the right of Hirschhorn. Credit to him, he's only allowed 2 on 23 so far. This is Tui. Long shot, that's blocked wide. Noah Gibbs finds it. Gives to Owens. Owens carries in the corner, returns for Gibbs. Shot save made. Rebound in behind the net. Out front, backhand try doesn't go, and now the whistle blows as the net has come off for North Iowa. They won't be allowed to change. Long shift for this group. They were originally trapped out on an icing, and now because their goal has come off, those are treated as icings as well.
And that's not a bad whistle for the Toros, as after that save, the puck had went beyond the goal line. There was no look that they were going to have in the coming moments. A lot of times when you're in the attacking zone and the net comes undone, it takes away opportunities, but it didn't right there.
In fact, that took away the opportunity for North Iowa to clear the zone probably. Meanwhile, Owens was tossed from the draw. Gibbs stepped in, won it to Owens. And now we have a tackle on the far side. Noah Gibbs has lost his stick. The puck goes out to neutral. It hits Noah Gibbs' stick, breaking up a rush for North Iowa. Sorry, not Noah Gibbs' stick. That's a North Iowa stick. Meanwhile, Jockham's on the near side, regains the line, watched by Johnson. He turns. Feeds it to the middle for Noah Gibbs. It didn't get through. Bard couldn't find it. It was in his skates. Gustafsson guides it back to Bard. Bard comes back to the near side. Toros are mid-change. Dumped in. Mizenko stops it, hands to Ty James. James chips it on the near wall. Owens helps out, keeps it away from Hodis, and the Toros look to break out. Clark has trouble in front of the penalty boxes. Help comes from Ohannesson. Long toss ahead. This one tipped into the Toro zone by Gustafsson, so it won't go for an icing. Ty James to the near side. Ohannesson. Pass across is off the mark for Clark. Miller takes it away. Miller walks in, wires up over the head of Mizenko. Johnson keeps it at the near point. Ohannesson, with help from Yohala, takes it away. 3-on-2 if the Toros hurry. Deemer gets back to make it a 3-on-3 as Ohannesson gains the line. Finds Batten. Batten's shot blocked, but it goes right to Yohala, who couldn't shovel it towards the open side of the cage, and then Batten couldn't do anything with the rebound either. Ohannesson tries to leave for Batten. They work down low. Ohannesson just got tackled off the puck. He looks at the official frustrated. Meanwhile, a long shot from Perreault dies in the glove of Hirschhorn.
And we'll take a look
and
at
now
that
Hannison
break.
just gets shoved as well. As we get another look at that last rush.
Oh, Hannison sending it across, and a wise play for Batten to crash in toward the center of the ice. And then Yahala, a tough place to try and shovel in a rebound from, a little bit far, and you have to try and get it around the far side of Hirshhorn. Just an awkward shot.
Bulls control the draw, but the Toros take it away. In their own zone now, Mahler ahead. Small tips it into the zone. Hirshhorn out of his net to stop that. He's being pressured by Spencer. Guides it back to the far side. Azwawi starts the Bulls up. Into the zone come the Bulls. Weak shot put on net. Sticked away by Mazenko. Mindorf turning in the near corner. Uses the net as a screen. Mindorf chopping at Malatino a little bit. Meanwhile, they've got Spencer up ice. Azwawi helped out, and then Hirshhorn aggressively out of his net. Took it away. They'll wave off icing, so the Toros have to play. Mindorf hits the brakes hard and turns away from Osborne. He'll set it up behind the net. 10:23 left to play here in period number 3. Toros still lead 2-1. Far side, Mahler. Up ice, Noah Gibbs sweeps it into the zone. Hirshhorn out of his net to stop. Throws it to the near side, Severson. Severson tries the middle of the ice. Suzuki almost booted it and then gets walled off by Noah Gibbs. Tui missed the mark up ice. It's split. Small and Noah Gibbs, not sure who it was intended for. Now Tui will drop it back. Jordan Gibbs on the far side has Owens, who touches it out to neutral. Bulls on the attack. They have to dump it in as Suzuki was slow getting out of the zone. Bit of a lazy play there. This is up ice, broken up by Dietz. It was intended for Jockums. Chipped to the far corner. Jordan Gibbs back on it. Gibbs taken down hard, went face first into the boards. Apparently cleanly. Chipped into the far corner. Jockums after it. Jockums wins a battle behind the net. Up top for James. James tried to feed Owens. It was too hot to handle. Liam Bard finds it behind the net. Far side kept by Clark. Thrown in front. It caroms to Owens. He just fanned on it. Puck was knee high. That would have been a spectacular shot had he been able to pull it off. Bard, meanwhile, held down. Cody Campbell jumping up and down behind the Toro bench, wondering when the Toros are going to get what I believe would be their second power play opportunity. Kobe corrects me third as this is Yohala. Yohala, shot blocked to the corner. Has his feet taken out from under him. Gets right back up. Play jammed along the wall. Yohala. Help from O'Hannison. Shot save made by Hirshhorn. Far side, Yohala keeps it, gives to Batten. Batten carries down the wall. Tied up with Hodis. It's thrown off the glass. Clark keeps it, and now the whistle goes. Hand pass. Jack O'Hannison. Attempting to talk to the official.
Well, O'Hannison had a very nice shot from the right circle earlier. He had about 3 or 4 players in between him and Jack Hirshhorn, and the puck got all the way through to Hirshhorn. I'm not even sure Hirshhorn saw it. I think he was just luckily in position to stop it from going in.
The Tibbs and Conrays checking in from Minot. Welcome home, Andrew. Far side, they dig in the corner. The puck squirts behind the net. Mahler just out-muscles Miller and then chips ahead. Johnson keeps it at the point, though. Down the wall for Manlove, looking to the corner. Good stick by Perreault to prevent that chance. Jack O'Hannison tries to roll it ahead for Yohala. Second try does get through. Yohala's return feed broken up, but Mahler keeps it in the zone. Adam Mahler, backhand try, goes just wide. Yohala finds it in the corner. Yohala met with an elbow, and that might be the softest thing we've seen this evening, and it results in a call.
That's going to be Teddy Manlove heading to the box. That is not what I would have expected to draw the whistle.
He clearly came in with the elbow to Yohala's head, but given what's been allowed to go on for the last 53 minutes, did not expect that to be called. Sean Bachhoven asking if there's been media timeouts. There have not been. No media timeouts here in North Iowa.
Toros on the first Western Bank and Trust power play for the third time tonight, 1 for 2 so far.
Jordan Gibbs holds up top. Comes to the near side, Noah Gibbs right back up top to Jordan Gibbs. Far side, Mindorf dusts it off, then gives to Jordan Gibbs, back to Mindorf. Mindorf walks in looking for a lane. Had Noah Gibbs fanned on the one-timer. Catches the carom off the wall, though, and sets it right back up. Jordan Gibbs gives to Mindorf. Mindorf cuts to the middle, then leaves far side John Small. Up top, Jordan Gibbs. Back to Mindorf on the near side now. Mindorf, shot save made. Rebound won't go for Jordan Gibbs. Third try hacked wide by John Small. Mindorf. Far side, John Small. Up top to Jordan Gibbs. Jordan Gibbs looks across. Mindorf fan on the one-timer. Kalsher's stick distracted him. In behind the net now, Jockums. Jockums turning. Behind the net, gives to John Small. Still a minute left on the man advantage. Up top for Jordan Gibbs. Jordan Gibbs looks across for Mindorf. Mindorf back to Jordan Gibbs, looking to change the angle. Gibbs' shot goes off the end wall. Mindorf finds the rebound. And now the net is off.
I mean, that's the initial assumption we would make, although it looks like it's in place.
It's moved to the left. Our right. Goaltender's left.
And now out comes what is usually the first power play unit, as Yahala's line was on the ice when the Toros went on the power play. So now they'll come on for the final 50 seconds after Noah Gibbs had the best chance for the Toros on the first half of this power play.
Bouncing puck comes to the side of the net for a quick cover by Hirschhorn, which will allow his teammates to change. They weren't allowed to change after the dislodged net. 44 seconds left on the first Western Bank & Trust power play. 6:15 left in regulation as the Toros look for a dagger goal.
Shots have evened up 30 aside.
Draw one back by Yohala, touched back to the point in Mahler. Mahler down the wall for Batten. Batten will carry down to the goal line, then feed Yohala on the half wall. Up top, Mahler. Mahler gives to Ohannesson on the far side. Ohannesson down to the goal line and Batten. Batten right back to Ohannesson. Up top, Mahler. Mahler looking for a lane, gives to Ohannesson. Swept across for Yohala. Broken up, and now it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Bard is the trigger man. Toros get back, and Mahler breaks it up, gloving down to the stick and then feeding Yohala. Yohala starts up ice. He has time and space. He works right around Deemer, looks into the middle of the ice. Batten. Up top for Mahler. Still 9 seconds on the man advantage as Mahler's shot blocked by Deemer, up and out of play.
A little bit of frustration there from Adam Mahler after he had that one tipped, as now the Toros are going to change once again after that unit that was out for the first part of the power play really had the better opportunities.
This just normal lines now. Owens out with Noah Gibbs and Jockums, Tui and Jordan Gibbs behind them. Just 6 seconds left on the man advantage. We have a delay now as the officials will try to get Hirschhorn's net to maybe stay put for a little bit. Bouncing puck eventually controlled by the Toros. Jordan Gibbs down to the corner for Jockums. Jockums working below the goal line. Banks back to the point in Tui, but it's cut off. Nicely read by Weirin. 3-on-2 as they hit the line. Weirin comes across an offside play. Suzuki over eager. And Kobe, I'd love to see a replay of that if you have it. That was really close.
Suzuki,
and the linesman made that call from the red line.
We take a look.
No, that puck was on the blue line. That is an onside play. Toros maybe catch a break. Severson and Owens on the draw in front of the Toro bench. Owens wins it back. Jockums around Johnson. Gains the line cleanly, and now it's North Iowa's bench's turn because it looked as if the Toros were maybe 4 feet offside. Meanwhile, Severson starts up ice. Noah Gibbs working alone, so he'll just softly chip it into the corner. Bulls hold behind their net. 4:42 left to play here in period number 3. Toros lead the Bulls 2-1. Shots on goal even at 30. And it feels like it's been that way for about 5 minutes. Now we get another shot on goal, paddled away by Hirschhorn. The attempt came from Mindorf, who has not scored his traditional goal. Spencer run into off the puck there. Bulls hold behind their net. Near side, Hodis. Back to the far side. Azwawi. Azwawi looks to dangle in. He lost the handle. And then he gives Mindorf a big snow shower, and that's going to lead to a little bit of anger from the men in black. As we get in.
Yeah, Gavin Middendorf came crashing in behind the net. I think Middendorf was trying to stop.
No, it was Azwawi with the hard stop in front of Mindorf that came with, that's the wrong replay, but it came with the snow shower of Mizanko, and that's generally a no-no. And now they're going to say that the North Iowa defenseman came below the tops of the circle, so that'll move the draw out to neutral.
As now we take a look, there's the snow shower. And then Middendorf sticking up for Will Mizanko there, not trying to stop by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, he definitely tried to stop, but he tried to stop in the path of Azwawi so that they could talk to each other. And
talk is
engage
a
in
nice word.
vigorous debate. This is Spencer on the far side. Spencer touches it ahead. Azwawi finds it. McIntosh drops it back. Far side. Bulls into the zone. Puck rung around to the near and Osborne dumped it down in the corner. John Small keeps it moving. Mindorf finds it there. Mindorf into the middle. Feeds Perreault. Perreault up ice. Chips it deep. Looks to chase it down himself. John Small there to help. McIntosh finds it first, however. Last night, the Bulls pulled their goalie with about 3 minutes left, but that was a 3-goal game. 1-goal game as we approach 3 minutes left. We'll see if they wait a little bit longer. Yohala gains the line and rings this to the far side. Batten down low. O'Hannison tied up. Puck swatted to the near side. Batten wins it and then had it roll off his stick to Osborne in neutral. Johnson rings it and the goaltender breaks for the bench, so they don't wait a little bit longer. Empty net for the Bulls as this one is hacked out to neutral. Don't know if the Toros saw it at first, but now they are aware. Carried up by Suzuki, feeds it to Weirin. Weirin looks in the middle. Jack O'Hannison takes it away. O'Hannison softly rolls into the offensive zone. Yohala for the empty net, misses wide. An audible, that tells you just how many Toro fans are in the building. As Yohala working behind the net, it squirts out front. O'Hannison couldn't quite get there. Bulls start up ice, still 2:07 left to go in regulation. Puck chipped deep, Tui and Weirin into the end wall. Jordan Gibbs blocks a feed to the front. Yohala trying to work it out. It squirts free. Batten able to chip it out to neutral, but not keep possession. This is Hodis. Hodis into the zone, watched by Tui. Hodis forced wide, shot save made, and the rebound covered, and then a very late poke going by Kalsher. And I don't know how much time is left because they've taken it off the scoreboard. Did you catch a time before the graphic went up?
About 1:45 is the best guesstimation there.
That's got to be frustrating for the benches as well. You're trying to make a decision as a coach, and you don't know how much time is left in the game. Timeout taken. 1:41 left in regulation. Did not see a signal as to which team took the timeout. North Iowa, per the PA announcement. Toros lead 2-1. Goals from Ohannesson and Mahler. The small line is out for the Toros. It'll be Ty James and Adam Mahler behind them, it looks like.
Well, that was an interesting shot there on the last possession by Dennis Hodis. Hodis from a tough angle took it low on Mazenko. I think he was looking for a rebound to come into the slot for his teammates to clean it up. Didn't end up panning out for the Bulls as Mazenko skates back to the crease.
So it'll be Small, Spencer, Middendorf, Mahler, and James for the Toros in front of Mazenko. Klauscher, Severson, Weirin, Suzuki, Johnson, and Crawford, the six-pack that Nick Brunetto pulls from the fridge. 1:41 left in regulation. Toros lead 2-1. Defensive zone draw to the blocker side. That's the right side of Mazenko. John Small tries to fall on it. Can they dig it out from under him? Eventually it's Ty James who does. He chips it up the near side. Mindorf hacks that out to neutral. Won't go far enough for an icing, so Crawford has to play. He's pressured by Spencer. Spencer's pressure causing all kinds of problems for Crawford. He eventually gets it across the far side, and Johnson up ice for Klauscher. Klauscher gains the line. He's got Suzuki going back. Post tip play doesn't go. Suzuki just tipped it wide. They got exactly what they were looking for on the rush, except for a finish.
Yeah, Fuji Suzuki had a lot of open net as Will Mazenko failed to recover, but like you said, just off the end of his stick.
Severson shovels it across, nothing doing. Weirin finds it, drops it back to the point. Johnson has Crawford near side. Crawford. Mindorf down to his knees to block the shot attempt, so he pulls it back, gives to Severson. Severson's pass is tipped, but it goes right to Crawford on the near side. Mindorf pressuring him. Plays in the middle. Johnson shot. Redirect goes wide. Comes on the near side. Mindorf couldn't find it. Small finds this, rings it to the far side. Spencer, a good play to keep it out to neutral, and now Spence looking to attack. Spence looking for the shorthanded goal. Is tied up. Crawford pins Spence. Weirin on the near side. 18 seconds left as Weirin gains the line. That may have been offside, but we play on. Hodis in front, and a good poke check by Mahler as Mazenko had gone the wrong way. Now that one's hoisted up and over the goal. Dietz on the far side, blocked by Small. Gibbs pokes it to the corner, and the horn will sound. Toros win. 2-1 final. The streak hits 11. And Mazenko gets some redemption after his last start ended in a heartbreaking loss to these North Iowa Bulls. He stops 31 of 32 to get back in the win column and push the win streak to 11. We will send you out to a quick commercial break, come back with a wrap after these messages on the Minotauros Network.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
Welcome back inside the Mason City Arena as the Toros push the win streak to 11 games with a 2-1 victory over the North Iowa Bulls. Let's take a quick look at the Toros scoring. It was Jack O'Hannison who opened the scoring in period number 1, 14:43 in, his 16th of the season from Yohala and Batten.
Yeah, O'Hannison there from the left side as the Toros struck first despite the slow start in the first period. Then it would be Adam Mahler up at the point, launches a shot in there, and perfectly placed as the Toros took a 2-0 lead. Austin Oshovi would respond with one for the Bulls, but despite a lot of chaos in that final minute, the Toros were able to hold on for a 2-1 victory.
Yeah, Jack O'Hannison, Ian Spencer get the helpers on Mahler's 12th of the season. All in all, a good 150th game for Adam Mahler. John Small doesn't make it onto the score sheet in his 100th career game, but still a big achievement in a Toro uniform. Let's take a quick look at our forebears over-unders. It was Toro's first period goals, that went over. Toro's defenseman goals, that went over. And Toro's shorthanded goals, that went under. Our winner tonight, Clint Romachet, had the over, and under. And then the Toros' all-time leader with 71 points in the season, our McDonald's Toros trivia question. Choices were Chase LaPinta, Jack O'Hannison, Miroslav Muha, or Hunter Longy. And actually, some more people jumped in, and they pushed the number of people who had the correct answer down to 29.4. Hunter Longy, a couple of seasons ago, 71 points in a single season. That record, though, may be under attack this year. The winner of the McDonald's Toros trivia, Jacob Thompson. Jacob Thompson, you can pick up your free lunch from our friends at Dakota Dry McDonald's at the Toros merchandise stand at the Toros' next home game, which is this Friday night. But before we get to that, if you've got a Toro fan in your life and you're looking for the right Valentine's Day present, jump online in the Toros Hockey mobile app or just winwithdash.com, dashapp.io. Toros can, we've got the 11 mystery bags, I believe, or 13 mystery bags for Valentine's Day, all with at least $150 worth of merchandise, plus some of them have special prizes like a Toros team signed jersey. So get your bids in now. You can pick those up on the 11th or 12th or even 13th. Or pick it up at the game and give it to your Valentine at the Toro game on Friday. Toros host the Bismarck Bobcats in a game that I'm sure will have no love lost. The Bobcats up 4-0 on Aberdeen right now. That's after 2 periods. Austin and the Norsemen even at aces. They're after 2 periods. Watertown 4-1 over the Mallards as that wraps up Central Division action. But Evan, final thoughts. The Toros sweep. The streak's 11. And we're headed home. We finally get to play back at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena.
You know, it hasn't always been pretty for the Toros, particularly over the last 4 or 5 games, but they continue to find a way to get on the board, find a way to continue to put pucks in the back of the net. Tonight, it came down to the wire, but they finished it off for the 11th time in a row, and I think it's going to be a welcome return home after 2 series on the road.
Yeah, it's been a long couple weeks on the road. Toros get to stay home and home with Bismarck next weekend, and then a trip down to Mason City, Iowa before we kick off pretty much an entire month at home at the Pepsi rink. So Toros in a good position to make a run for the top seed in the division. They can get it next weekend against the Bobcats. We'll talk to you from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena next Friday. For Grace Sandy, Kobe Brault, Edward Neiman, Evan Epstein, I'm Ken Oda, hoping you enjoy the broadcast. Talk to you next week.